Ry Cooter. This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. Thousands of people gathered in London's financial district on what activists termed the Global Day of Rage. The founder and editor of WikiLeaks, Julian Assange, made a surprise appearance at London's St. Paul's Cathedral Saturday to address the crowds of protesters occupying London's financial district.
What is happening here today? What is happening here today? Is a culmination of dreams. It's a culmination of dreams that many people all over the world have worked towards from Cairo to London. What we face today is a systematized destruction of the rule of law. People are being laundered through Guantanamo Bay to evade the rule of law. And money is being laundered through the Cayman Islands and London. To obey the rule of law. This movement is not about the destruction of law. It is about the construction of law.
Julian Assange, founder and editor-in-chief of WikiLeaks, addressing protesters in London's financial district this weekend. Thousands of demonstrators across Latin America joined in the protest Saturday, demanding a more democratic political social order. Marta Diaz, a Spanish citizen living in Argentina, said the economy should no longer control politics.
I ask that all people be considered and democracy really turns into real democracy, because we have realized the political parties have no power, the politicians have no power, the economy rules, money rules, and we can't really elect them.
Hundreds of protesters also joined rallies in Tokyo over the weekend, expressing frustration at youth unemployment and the dangers of nuclear power in the wake of the Fukushima Daiichi accident. To talk more about the protest, we're going to Tokyo to talk to Jerome Rothman, field director of the Tokyo General Union, the largest foreign-led labor union in Japan. He's lived in Japan for 5.5 years and participated in the Occupy Tokyo movement over the weekend. Jerome, welcome to Democracy Now! We're seeing if we can get him in Tokyo. If not, we will move on to hear voices of people throughout as we continue this round robin of voices of protests around the country and around the world. Let's see if we can get Jerome on right now. We're trying to get him on Democracy Now! Video stream in Tokyo. Jerome, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here. Can you see me okay?
We're fine. Tell us what happened this weekend.
So Tozen Union, or Tokyo General Union, joined 100 to 200 protesters in the government district of Tokyo to protest in solidarity with our brothers and sisters at the Wall Street occupation. We wanted to join the 99%ers in demonstrating our solidarity with stopping the corporate greed around the world. We marched past TEPCO, which is the energy utility which runs the Fukushima power plant, and we went by the Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry. The people at this protest were representing many different points of view, including resistance to nuclear power, resistance to declining working conditions in Japan, as well as resistance to the TPP free trade, so-called free trade protocol. It was exciting, it was really wonderful, and I was deeply inspired by it.
How significant is Occupy Wall Street for the protests that are happening now in Japan? I mean, there have been protests in Japan because of this horrific nuclear power, these meltdowns that have resulted from all that took place before.
Yes, Amy, I think that it was really inspiring to read the news and watch programs like this, learning about the Occupy Wall Street movement. As a result, in this protest, it wasn't only Japanese workers there, but foreign workers. And for the first time, I think about 30% of us were immigrants. So I think the Occupy Wall Street movement really made us feel like it's our opportunity, our time to invest ourselves in the Japanese community to build a multicultural and socially just Japan. One of the people I talked to, I asked him why I was there, and his response was, because I can't be on Wall Street. And I feel the same exact way. I can't be on Wall Street, but I live in Japan, and there's a way for me to show my support and really join to support the 99%ers on Wall Street.
Linking up of the anti-nuclear movement in Japan and the rest of the world, the significance of this. I know people are coming from Japan to the United States to link up with activists here.
Well, the common thread is corporate greed. Corporate greed is what fuels industries like the nuclear power industry. I mean, heck, TEPCO is a private company. It's still a private company. I checked this morning just to be sure for you. And this is, even people in our union, we have people in our union who support nuclear power, but even people in our union who do still agree that corporations must be accountable for making our energy safe, making our environment clean. And so it's about making sure that we don't fuel our energy policy with corporate greed. We need to fuel our energy policy and our labor policy with a desire to improve human flourishing in countries like Japan and the United States. As far as linking up is concerned, I think that it needs to be a global democratic movement if we're going to confront the evils of the nuclear power industry, if we're going to confront the evils of unfair working conditions and unfair so-called free trade agreements that just challenge our ability to have fair labor standards and fair environmental standards.
Well, Jerome Rothman, I want to thank you for being with us, Field Director for the Tokyo General Union, largest foreign-led labor union in Japan, participated in the Occupy Tokyo movement over the weekend.